Hello and welcome. I'm your host Elizibar. This is Justice League Dark number 19. We'll just start with the cover. This is like the minimal trade dress variant. It's obviously not a virgin variant because there's still trade dress on it. And yet again, it's kind of a boring, here's the team posed kind of thing. This is not like super exciting. Like, it's not like Wonder Woman is in the middle of a sword fight with Bobo or something. Like, jazz it up a little, people. Uh, but it is a good piece. I'll give it that. Like, I really enjoy the way it looks. It's painted very nicely. Uh, Dr. Connors over there looks really horrifying. The Man Bat, if you don't know who that is. And he's actually the first person we see in the book. You open it up, and this book is set 1 week after. Well, this book flips between two time periods. One is 1 week after the previous issue, and the rest of the book. So this is in the 1 week later, it's the future, and he's been interviewing the members of the Justice League Dark, trying to figure out how magic works. He talks about how the magic in the bar, Bobo's little bar, is affecting his tape or his like recording equipment and stuff, which is why he's using this old analog tape. Reel to reel, man, a reel to reel tape machine. You don't see those very often. And he's asking the big question: what is magic? And this frames the rest of the book. What is magic? Because Cersei, if you ask her, magic is power. It's the means to get the revenge that she's been craving for thousands of years. If you ask Constantine, magic is pain and suffering and horror. You ask Zatanna, she's not sure. And so we're getting Wonder Woman's perspective, not just in the narrative of what she's saying to him, but through the action she's taking in the book. Sorry, I didn't mean to whack the camera. I got a bad habit of that because it's so low here and I just, bam, gesturing like a madman. So we open up. Cersei and her gang are basically breaking into the vault. They've captured everybody. They're trying to figure out what to do. Eclipso's diamond is here. Things are looking pretty desperate. John is like, I'll just cut myself with it. Take Eclipso's power. And she's like, no, you won't. That's a bad idea, John. Um, I gotta stop. In the previous issue, you might remember, Wonder Woman was in like the moonscape where Hekate's power is, and the Upside Down Man was there, and she cut a deal with him. She cut a deal with him, and that deal basically sets up that right there. Not one, not two, but three Wonder Womans. Wonder Women. I'm not sure how to phrase that properly because they're all the same person. Three faceted, just like a Kate, just like the Fates, just like the Norns. Like that's how it goes. You have, the maiden, the mother, and the whatever the old one is, the crone. That's usually how that goes. Boom. There's a little bit of action in this book. I don't want you to think that there's no action, because there is, and what's in here is pretty satisfying stuff. But the focus of the book isn't on like the bam pow, because this isn't just like we're going to go punch people to solve the problems, as much as Wonder Woman would just like to go punch someone and solve a problem. This is magic, and so she has to use the rules and laws of magic. There's some reinforcements that show up that help her out. There's a really disastrous turn. It's all really satisfying stuff. I'm speaking of vagaries because I don't want to tell you exactly what's happening in this book because then that would just spoil it. And I'm not that kind of guy. But thematically, what's happening is very appropriate. Wonder Woman approaches the solution to the problem with the traits that she embodies, which isn't just this very strong warrior. She is a protector. Absolutely. No one should ever think otherwise. She's a protector. She's valiant. She's brave. She's honest. But she also, when the character is depicted well, she has a gentleness and compassion to her. If you go watch like the Gal Gadot Wonder Woman movie, or you watch Batman vs Superman, or Justice League, those depictions on the big screen, she has that going on, even though she has to bust out a sword and kick Doomsday's buttocks, right? That's a funny word to say, buttocks. In the comic books, I always enjoy it when that other side of her comes out and she doesn't just have to be the soldier. She doesn't just have to be the warrior. She can be a full rounded person. And she draws upon some of that to find the resolution. She takes it, and she's three faceted at that point. There's three of her, and she strips down Cersei layer by layer, getting to the root causes, addressing things. It's pretty satisfying stuff. Now, granted, you might have just wanted to see like the building blow up or something, and if that's all you wanted, you're gonna be a little disappointed. But you do get to see like at least one bad guy just straight up go poof and die. Like it's pretty good. Things are set to rights, and we get ready to set up the next story arc, where, presumably, like the way this has been going. Let me. Oh no, where's my little pen? Where's my little pen? Oh, I've lost my little pen. All right, this pen will do. It's just a cheap little Bic. It'll do. Like you had like the first story arc where things are scary, and then you had like the second story arc, and then you had this story arc, which is the Witching War. We're just every story arc, we're ramping it up. We're going up to the next level of threat. We are definitely like getting up to like some really crazy, maybe not multiversal madness, but it kind of feels like we're getting to that level of insanity, which is great stuff. DC tends to be well written when its characters get treated like. This is going to sound bad. It's best written when its characters are treated like gods that are trying to be human. They're these incredibly powerful beings, and they're faced with these conundrums that their power alone can't help them solve because their power isn't enough. This book embodies that spirit completely, and I really enjoyed it. This was super satisfying. It was a great wrap up. It kind of puts a big question mark. It's like one of those old horror movies where it's like, the end. Question mark. Bum, bum, bum. Good stuff. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I sure hope to see you again next time. Until then, bye-bye and take care of yourselves.